but the sales copy is absolutely an art. And I just felt like, oh, you know, it's not going to make a big difference because nothing we tried ever really has, but it made a big difference.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another case study. I'm here with Preston Powell, the CEO of Webserv. Preston and I worked together in the summer of 2022 on a messaging and website revamp project as part of a new go-to-market strategy to attract more of their ideal clients. We can dig into those details in a moment, but Preston, do you mind starting by introducing yourself and a little about Webserv?
Yeah, for sure. Again, my name is Preston Powell. I'm the CEO of Webserv. Webserv is a digital marketing company that I started with a friend of mine back in 2017. And we've grown over the years. Our main focus is behavioral healthcare, and we've kind of expanded into healthcare as a whole.
What was going on at the time when you decided you wanted to work with someone like me?
Yeah, so we were working on a kind of a rebrand and revamping our website. Actually, my kind of how it all happened is I talked with a cousin of mine who has an agency called Directive, and he had told me the value of sales copy. And I started kind of doing some research. I found a guy named Joel, your buddy, and then he put me in touch with you, and we started talking. And I was just trying to make it more appealing for somebody that came to our website, and kind of, we wanted to stand out as not just a commodity, but something that was special, something that people would want to work with, and we wanted them to feel like we were the perfect fit that was just for them.
Yeah. No, I remember that. And I'm just wondering, when you were like looking into people, do you remember like what compelled you to work with me and not someone else?
Yeah, we interviewed like 4 or 5 people, we actually did work with one other person on some basic stuff. But no, I think kind of your process was interesting to me. Harry went and interviewed kind of some of our best fit customers. We wanted more customers like these people, and so he, said, okay, we should interview them. And I like the way that you seem to think about copywriting, and then the referral was also pretty valuable. So it was a number of things. But yeah, after meeting you, we talked about it a lot because it's an investment, and we felt good about you over the others.
Nice. I'm interested, when we were like working on it, was there anything interesting you like learned about yourselves through going through that process from that outside perspective?
Yeah. So when we started working together, we were mostly working with SMBs, had a couple mid-market clients, and wanted to get more kind of enterprise clients. And you did an interview with a VP of marketing from a company called NeuroStar, which was a medical device company that we worked with. And we wanted to work with more people like them. And I think that interview gave me a lot of insight into how we were currently perceived by that company. And it wasn't too far off from kind of some of the things that I thought, but I think I came away with some actionable ways to improve.
Yeah. No, I remember interviewing them. I also remember interviewing you when that whole thing about, most agencies leave you here and then you guys take them beyond where those agencies stopped, right? And yeah, it was interesting to sort of see with speaking to her, how to differentiate those two things.
Yeah, no, definitely. We really, really wanted to highlight just how all of these agencies fit you into some solution that's the same for everybody, and they try to keep you happy until you cancel. And but they're not really going above and beyond. They're not really thinking. They've got a bunch of task doers that are just checking off a box and, hey, here's your deliverables. Next month you're going to get almost the same thing, and that's going to continue until the point that you get bored and cancel. And
no, I remember talking to, I can't remember which, because I think it's Claudia and Claire, I think those are their names. But them saying, like, you speak to someone like you, the CEO of an agency, you get all excited, and then you just get passed to like an account manager, and it's like what you were sold isn't reality. And that was kind of the difference with you guys. That was clear to me.
Awesome. Well, that's exactly what we want, and that's what we wanted to convey in our copy, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah, I just wondering, like, since we worked together and revamped, your website and the messaging, are there any tangible results you've seen since we went live with that new website?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have definitely increased our conversion rates. The messaging seems to resonate with people. I do get people that are, come all the time and they say, "Oh, I was doing some research and I found you guys," and so that excitement, like that, what we wanted to accomplish, we wanted to stand out. It's that's the feedback that we've gotten. I'll meet somebody that was a lead and they'll be like, "Oh, we were researching you and you guys have such a great reputation," and like, wow, what could they have read? We sound really good.
Yeah. And I wonder, like in terms of how you're acquiring customers, is that like been driving ads to the website or organic, or how is that?
So it's a mix. We do drive a little bit of ads to the website, more just for kind of awareness. And then most of our like online lead generation is through SEO. We target things like healthcare marketing agency, best healthcare marketing agencies, but mostly around healthcare marketing. And then we get more specific into some subsets of healthcare. And then we also go to conferences, events, and do like boots on the ground business development efforts.
Do you find that message of, we talked about the previous agency experience versus you guys, that's kind of resonating with those clients that you want to attract?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that once we start talking with people, they tend to believe kind of the things that they've read because, well, one, they're true, and two, and say like 80% of the competition is just very different, and that comes back to things like a lot of our competitors have account managers that have 15 plus accounts, and they can't really it's not a manageable workload. And so our potential clients tend to be really happy when they become our actual clients. And you did just an amazing job of kind of conveying what we were trying to, and thinking about it now, we can take it a step further, talking about kind of what clients actually get with us in terms of more of like a federated like hiring process, so that they know that they're going to be working with somebody that's got a manageable workload, that also is paid a living wage, and that isn't just some guy we found on the street and trained him up in 3 months and threw 20 accounts at him.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I wonder just as well, it was interesting you shared on LinkedIn about how you've noticed people, the same messaging cropping up. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's super interesting. So we have a competitor. They're way bigger than us, but it's this company that just bought a bunch of healthcare marketing agencies and merged them all together. And they took the idea, which was kind of the overarching idea of our content, which was take the guesswork out of growth. And we worked a lot together, and then Harry came up with that idea, and we're like, okay, that's it. And it was wonderful. We put this content out, and then that big competitor that's got 10 times the revenue that we do just copied it word for word. It was so funny.
It's quite a compliment, though. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I found it interesting, and it made me smile a little.
Yeah. I wonder, like, as if you were thinking back to your shoes, before we worked together, and someone was thinking about working with me, on their messaging website, but was on the fence, like, what would you say to them?
I would just be honest with my experience, which was it was really, really smooth. Harry does kind of he makes all of his deadlines, but it is a process. So we think, okay, it takes us 2 hours to write a homepage. Why is this guy taking weeks? But then then he gives you the customer interview videos, and then you go back and forth, and he gives all these different options, and what you'll end up with will be really powerful content. And that's another thing too. I looked through a lot of the work that you had done prior to working with us, and it was pretty amazing work. And I was already sold. And by the time we started working together, I just wanted you to be done soon.
Yeah, it's conscious thing of like, do you want copy, or do you want copy that like actually resonates? And it's like, I could do a homepage in 2 hours, but like I wouldn't want to give it to you. So it's like this balance of setting the expectation right that is important too, right, with that process. And I think when I spoke, it's always good when someone comes to you like, we want to do the process, which I remember you guys were. Yeah.
No, definitely. I would say too that we'd been around for about 5.5 years, maybe 6 years when we started working together. And I tried this with all types of internal assets and things, and we've got SEO copywriters and everything, but the sales copy is absolutely an art. And I just felt like, it's not going to make a big difference because nothing we tried ever really has, but it made a big difference.
And have you sort of seen growth in that direction you want to go? I mean, you're not saying it's directly attributed to the words we wrote, but in somewhat.
It is, because people read certain things, and certain things stick out to certain people, and if we can like resonate with their actual experience, make them nod their head a couple times, and then maybe they'll make a couple more clicks and find some more stuff that they like, and then fill out or book a meeting with us and request a proposal. And so I do think it makes a huge difference. It's super hard to attribute kind of what exactly leads somebody to convert. But I will tell you that the people that have converted have been a lot more excited, and we've been less of a commodity, which is exactly kind of what we don't want to be.
Yeah. And I remember just when going back to when we first talked, like, and we were sort of scoping out working together. Did you feel like it was a overly salesy process? Did you feel like pressured in any way?
No. At the time, for me, it was I was kind of already sold. But it's not cheap. So the big concern for me was just, okay, making sure that we can afford this, and making sure that it was a good use of our funds, because we're a startup, constrained by money. And it was, if we didn't spend the money on this, maybe we would spend the money on going to a conference, and maybe from that conference we'd get a deal or two, and that would have been really easy to attribute. So just had to work out the justifications in our own kind of team here, and get everybody on board. So that was I was pretty much sold on it. I just had to work with my partner and our team to get everyone on board.
And it sounds like it was a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I probably want to do it again at some point, to work on some other pages, because we worked only on a handful of pages, and we could go a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Nice. Well, look, thanks so much for sharing this experience, Preston. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Anytime.